Okay, so welcome back to my channel, Reddit with Bree. Um, so this is another Am I the A-hole? Am I the A-hole for turning my husband down, then later masturbating? It says everyone's sucks here. My 37 female husband, 40 male, let's call him Harry, and I have been together for 12 years and married for almost 10. We have 3 kids, ages 3 to 9. A few years ago, we moved back to my home country in Europe. The kids and I love it here, but Harry doesn't. He complains about the weather and people being rude. He also hasn't made much effort to learn the language, so after 3 years, he still can't communicate with the locals unless they speak English. Most do, but because of this, I handle virtually all formalities, documents, doctor's appointment, rental agreements, insurance, etc. I mention this because it's part of the context for our spicy life. Harry says that since moving here, I don't initiate spicy enough and that our spicy life is lacking. I agree, it's very different from before kids. I used to have a high libido, but it gradually decreased with each child. I often feel overwhelmed by my to-do list. I do most of the childcare. Well, what happened? Oh, my screen blacked out. Oh, speaking of which, where's my battery at? Okay, it's nearly full. Okay, we're good. Where was I? By my to-do list, I do most of childcare. I recently started working part-time again, not because I had to, but because I wanted to regain some of my own identity. About 2 years ago, when we'd been here for roughly a year, Harry raised this spicy issue already. We've worked hard since then to have this spicy time more regularly. It has somewhat improved, but not to his desired frequency of twice a week. And sometimes it's once, sometimes it's twice, and sometimes we go a week without it. We rarely go more than 2 weeks without having spicy time. Sorry. I can't say that on YouTube. Work remotely. Oh, a few days ago, I skipped a sentence. A few days ago, we were in the middle of moving house. Harry had already moved to the new house to work remotely, while I stayed with the kids. My mom and her husband to pack and do the necessary repairs at the old house. On Wednesday, Harry came over around lunchtime. I then drove him and a load of boxes back to the new house. When we arrived, he asked if I wanted to come inside for a quickie. I very rarely decline these days because I feel guilty, but I was exhausted and my mom was home with the kids. I told her I'd only be gone briefly. I could tell Harry was annoyed, but I hoped he'd understand. 2 days later, he was extremely mean toward me, so I confronted him. He eventually told me he'd found out that I had the M word later that night. I explained it was long after everyone was asleep and Harry wasn't even home. I explained that it wasn't planned and had nothing to do with being unattracted to him. It simply happened spontaneously. He's still extremely angry. I've never seen him this upset. I don't personally feel like immorting after declining. intimacy is betrayal, but he feels I'm dismissing his feelings and says this is a huge deal. He says our relationship is cooked and has been talking about separating. He says he feels betrayed. Am I the a-hole? ETA, I have no idea what that word means. I'm new to Reddit. I don't know what the Reddit slang is. So, if you do in the comments, let me know, please. Thank you all for your comments so far. I would like to add a few more things for context. My husband and I chose to move here together. He was never forced and was initially excited. Anything, he was the one initiating the idea of moving abroad. Abroad. I would be down to live somewhere else if it meant a good quality of life with our kids. But we both do feel uprooting them again wouldn't be beneficial for them. They have a lot of family here and have adjusted to their school language and have a lot of friends. He agrees it's best for them. Also, I know it's like to live in another country. I have lived in the USA for 15 years. And I know it's difficult at times, and I am understanding of that. Also, my husband is not deadbeat. He does work hard to provide financially for our family. I do the majority of the housework, cleaning, yard work, and childbearing. He does all the cooking. I think mostly I am trying to explain to him that I wasn't intentionally trying to hurt him, that it just was the spur of the moment thing because I randomly felt like it, and I felt like he was shaming me for it by being so incredibly rude. But also that my body has changed and that it's unrealistic to expect intimacy drive to be the same as it was when we were in our 20s. Thank you for some of your comments for giving me neutral and non-emotional perspective on his side. While I still think his reaction was extreme, I do understand why he felt hurt, and his frustration is probably deeper than that he knows about this post. And we'll be reading these comments to both hopefully see the other side. Thank you. Okay, let's see some of the comments. Okay, so Arbitrary Ladybug said, so let me get this straight. It doesn't help with the appointments or commitments, but he was too lazy to learn the language of the country he agreed to move his children to. It doesn't help around the house or with the kids. He didn't help pack or move the house and is instead sitting on his ass in in the cushy new house while you do the heavy lifting with multiple kids to watch. Instead of lifting a finger to help you or even asking if you were okay, this man makes a demand of your already exhausted body at the expense of your mom, who is doing you a favor, and gets offended when the obvious no is obvious. And then he wants to tell you when you can't. A word. Let me ask you something, darling. When was the last time he did something for you? And not for the house, not for the kids, for you. A foot rub, a glass of wine before you had to ask, a date night, something. Give me some redeemable quality for this man, please. Mary quite. This and finger emoji. Jamie, second that, and pointing emoji. And there's a lot of long comments. So yeah, yeah, I don't know. they're both aging. I get that she's exhausted and her libido is down, so she can't like get in the mood when he wants to. So I get that. And no means no. She wasn't in the mood. She can't just turn on when he wants it. So, yeah. And I agree with the comments. She is doing most everything. Yeah, he is supporting the family financially, but I think that is as far as his helping extends. And she does cleaning, yard work, childcare, everything. She's taking care of the house. She's taking care of the children. She uprooted her and the kids, their lives basically. They made the decision to move to another country in Europe. I don't know where. Yeah. Where, I don't know if they know the language. I don't know if she knows the language. He definitely doesn't know the language. He doesn't even give a crud to even learn the language. So, yeah. She says he's not a deadbeat, but he's definitely not helping either. I don't know. He's not a deadbeat, but he's lazy. I don't know. I don't know their home situation. I don't know anybody's home situation. I just know my home. So, take it with a grain of rice or salt or whatever that saying is. I don't know. Anyways, next one. Take and do with that what you will. Okay, this next one is another am I hole for not following American dipping rules. Apparently we have a theme here with foreign peoples. 34 male, white collar, was on a business trip from Poland, currently living in Warsaw. Recently had one client dinner in New York City to keep and not. Oh my gosh, I do not have. I cannot pronounce that word for the life of me. Anonymity. Everyone involved. I won't drop any names of people and businesses. We went to a nice fine dining restaurant. I spent roughly $650 on us too. I tipped $50. Okay, as an American, that's a good tip. After the client, American, had left, even before I paid the bill, he had another meeting. Also, that's partly why I didn't feel the pressure to tip the American way. and was still sitting there. I was texting my boss, updating him on the deal, and finishing up my dessert. The waiter asked me if something was wrong with the service. I said that it was great. to which he asked if there was a reason. Why did you tip me so little? I got kind of angry and said that I gave him $50, which I found rather generous. So he said, be grateful for that. Oh, okay. Wait, was this the Polish dude or the American dude? I'm assuming... Wait. No, the client left early. So, this was the Polish dude. That was really rude of him to say. So, yeah, I understand the American tipping system, but I'll refuse to be part of it as I find it dumb and crazy. Anyways, he then went on to explain how the tipping system works in a polite way. I'll give him that. I asked him that, well, what difference in his work does it make if I order a $5 burger or a $200 steak? He carries the same plate, same route, etc. Also, I don't want to sound like an obnoxious European. You are. Dude, you are sounding like an obnoxious a-hole European. A douchebag. But when I tipped 50 euros in Paris, the waiter was initially so surprised. He brought it back to me, so maybe the problem is with the Americans? Question mark. Wait. Okay, I am so confused. Okay, so he said he tipped 50 euros in Paris. So was the the guy in Paris, was the waiter shocked? Huh? I am so confused. So basically, I refused to tip more and left. I kind of feel like the a-hole. Yeah, buddy, you are the a-hole. Here, but I would go against my rules to tip such a crazy amount. What is this? Okay, it doesn't say. Okay, so the comments say if the people you had dinner with know that you did that, it would embarrass them. Yeah. Especially if it was business expense. He knows that's why he waited until they laughed to avoid the pressure. Yeah. If I was a client, I wouldn't work with you anymore. Same. Like servers make like $2.50 and $2.50 an hour plus tips. Tip is basically 18 to 20% when you don't tip. They only get paid what is minimal wage on that rate, anywhere from $7 to $15 an hour. Nowhere in America can someone afford to live off minimum wage without a roommate. Not tipping is the a-hole behavior. Coming to a different country and demanding that country as an OP, follow your system in your home country as being the worst kind of tourist or businessman. It is rude, boorish, and disrespectful, like the worst kind of tourist. You may not agree with it, but it is the system in the USA. If you're in the USA, you follow it or don't go out to eat in the USA. I agree. Wholeheartedly. If in America did a similar breach of customs in Poland, OP would be scoffing at the typical ugly American. Ugly American. We're not ugly. Well, then again, I think in every country, we look at each other as ugly. I don't know. Anyways, those are just some comments. So I think I have one more. I'm trying to do at least 3. I don't know, for like content. Okay, this is another Am I the A-hole? And this one is not the a-hole. Am I the a-hole for leaving dinner early after my friends made a joke about me? I'm 23. That is a bug. Crawling on my laptop. Ugh. Bugs, insects tonight, I'm telling you. And squish it with my finger. Excuse me. Okay, where was I? I'm 23 female and went out for dinner with 4 of my friends last weekend. We've all known each other for a while, so we're pretty comfortable making fun of each other. Arya? Even if you're, like, if you've been best friends since, like, high school, I don't know. I really don't know if I'd be comfortable making jokes. Like, I really don't know. Honestly, if I knew... Oh my gosh, why am I coughing so much? Ugh. Like, if I knew, like, a deep, dark secret that I knew that they didn't want to come out, like, if I knew them from, like, diapers, and we grew up together, I wouldn't want that for them to come out. Like, my lips would be sealed. Now, I know I'd want that to be reciprocated. But if that trust would be breached, then I would burn that bridge. Immediately be like, you know, we're not friends anymore. So, okay, where was I? At some point they started talking about how everyone in the group has changed since college. It was mostly harmless until one of them said I was basically the backup friend of the group because I'm always available when everyone else is busy. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Everyone laughed, including me at first, because I didn't know what to make. It was so awkward. Then another friend said she's not even Oh. She's not even offended because she knows it's true. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, hell no. Insert clip of that one meme. I can't even do it justice, but if I had a voice, I'd be like, yeah. If you know, you know. They started bringing up random times when I'd been left out of plans and joked that I was basically the person they called when someone canceled. I laughed it off at the table, but honestly, it really got to me. Yeah, it would get to me too. No, wait, where's my heart? Yeah. stab to the heart. I ended up making an excuse that I wasn't feeling well and left early. Later that night, one of them texted asking why I was being weird. 'Cause you hurt her effing feelings, biatches. I'm assuming they're all girls. I told her that the jokes were actually hurting my feelings. Yeah, telling the truth. Telling how you really feel. Especially because some of them, some of what they were joking about was true. Yeah. She said I was taking a joke way too seriously. No. You know that saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all? Yeah, take that to heart. And that nobody actually thinks I am a backup friend. Really? Be for real. I told her that if that's true, they probably shouldn't joke about something they know I'm insecure about. She said she didn't even know I was insecure about it. And now everybody is apparently annoyed that I made the whole dinner awkward. Really? I haven't talked to them much since. Part of me thinks I should have just laughed it off because they weren't trying to hurt me. But another part of me feels stupid for pretending I was fine when I wasn't. Yeah. P.S. I read all your comments and want to thank each one of you for your positive and friendly comments. I am not friends with them anymore and will rebuild my life from now on and focus on my mental health. Much love, everyone. Yes, girlfriend, you do that. Let's look at the comments. Then basically pointing out times they've deliberately excluded you is not a joke. Real friends, at least, ask. Yeah, I have decided not to be friends with them anymore. Okay, so I'm guessing... Okay, so neat bit. 1936 is the OP. Congrats, that's the best thing you can do for yourself and your mental health. Sometimes leaving is the most peaceful response. Not yelling, no drama, just, yeah, I'm done with you and I'm going home. Good for you. I was going to say get better. Get better friends, not the a-hole. Just get friends. Okay, well, this is officially 27 minutes long. Okay, 28. So I'm gonna end this video here. I don't think I've said it in past videos. Rebranded, lack of a better word, my channel. So please subscribe. It really helps the channel. It helps me make better content for you. Please comment down below what you like for me to post, more April's, overreacting, what have you. Would you like to see also, unhinged_32. No content on it yet, but it is my other channel, and it would be hilarious if I can get my printer to print out the scripts for the first episode. But yeah. So yeah, when the first video is up on there, I will tell you, go check it out. So yeah, until then, bye! subscribe.